absolutely splendidly, and I welcome you back to the 31 Days of Halloween. This is it. Last 3 days. This sucks. This has been such a blast, but it's coming to an end. And I've got these last 3 days, I got some good ones for you. I hope you enjoy them. Today we're talking about a sequel to one of the greatest movies of all time. Today we're talking about
13 years ago, audiences across America were horrified by the savagery of a faceless killer. In the wake of this bizarre rampage, he vanished. Now, after more than a decade of silence, he has come out of hiding. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. The Buzz is back. Directed by Tobe Hooper.
the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. While the first one is an absolute classic, I love this movie so much more. I'll tell you why in a little while, but we'll get to that. So, how do you go from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is about the Hewitt family or the Sawyer family? You never know which continuity we're in, so we'll go with that. You go from the house, everyone being killed in the house, cut up there, to now all of a sudden we've got radio DJ Stretch. Open request night is plagued by the annoying phone calls of two road tripping, party hard college hoodlums that take a disturbing turn when the hoodlums meet their demise by some chainsaw wielding maniacs. While she records this entire thing, she first thinking it's still part of the prank, but since there have been people going missing in the area, she keeps the recording and seeks out the truth of a former Texas Marshal, played by the great Dennis Hopper, who's on a personal quest of vengeance against the family of cannibals himself because his nephew was killed and his niece was the one who escaped in the last film. So now he's hunting them down. She reaches out for his help. First he turned her down, doesn't want him to help Stretch, but then he realizes, wait, we can use this tape to the advantage and bait the cannibals into coming to the radio station where he can personally deal with them. So, what ends up happening? Well, she plays the tape on the radio, the family of cannibals hear it, and shortly after, we meet one of the most memorable characters of this film, played amazingly by Bill Moseley. We get Chop Top, the twin brother of the hitchhiker we saw in the first film. Where was Chop Top during the first film? Well, he was in Vietnam at the time, and that's how he ends up with the metal plate in his head. And what is with that metal plate and being a cannibal? He's constantly lighting a lighter, scratching at it with a hanger, and eating that flesh. Creepy, funny, disturbing. So great. So, we meet Chop Top. Leatherface comes out. They kidnap Stretch. And now we find their new hideout. This underground mine, which looks like this fun house of terrors. It's dressed up with Christmas lights. and hanging bones and dead bodies and all kinds of craziness. And Dennis Hopper's character is able to follow them and find their hideout. And all of a sudden, we get this crazy chainsaw duel between Dennis Hopper and Leatherface. And oh my god, is it crazy? And a bunch of shit happens. And I'm not going to spoil the movie anymore because it's a fun movie to watch. And it's highly recommended. Let's talk a little bit about some behind the scenes facts about this. And then we'll talk about why I love this movie. The family group shot is seen in the advertisement posters and video covers, uses the same positioning and parodying the hit movie The Breakfast Club. And it's really funny when you see the poster and the issues. Just crazy coincidence and all that. No, not coincidence, just craziness. I'm sorry. I'm still tired. My brain is not wanting to function. The corpse Chop Top and Leatherface carry around with them and also appear on the original cover is the Hitchhiker. It's Chop Top's brother. So not only did they keep him around, but they literally like wear him at times as a disguise. It's weird and it doesn't make any sense, but it's funny and creepy and scary at the same time. Caroline Williams, who plays Stretch, she wanted to make such a strong impression at her audition that when she was called in, she went to the end of the hallway and ran screaming into the room where she pulled Toby Hooper and Kit Carson out of their seats and used the chairs to barricade the door before she even began her scene. And it worked because she won the role of Stretch, and she does a fantastic, phenomenal job of Stretch. Very talented actress, great to see her in so much stuff. Great in this film. And the fact she really wanted to be in the movie, you gotta give her credit, man. To pull out an audition like that, that's how you audition for a movie. Bill Moseley has said that his role as Chop Top is his absolute favorite role that he's ever done. And he plays that character so well, so creepy, so funny, so sadistic. I love Bill Moseley. I had a chance to meet Bill Moseley a couple years ago, and I was kind of nervous to talk to him, and it sucks because I wanted to talk to him about Chop Top so much more because it's one of my favorite roles of his, and I was starstruck. This was before I really started going to more conventions and meeting new people and meeting people and getting more comfortable to talk to celebrities because they're just people. They'll talk to you. They don't care. There are some a-holes out there, but you learn your lessons and you move on. But Bill Moseley, even the short, brief interaction I had, he was so nice and super cool. And I hope I get to meet him again because I really would love to. If I just had a chance to sit down and talk to him about all his roles, I'd love that. He's such a fantastic actor, very talented, very funny. Just a guy that you can tell just loves to have fun. And that's really awesome, especially in this movie. You can tell that he had a blast during this movie. Tom Savini once stated that the makeup effects that he created for Grandpa is his most proud accomplishment, which he compares to the makeup for the aged Dustin Hoffman and Little Big Man. And he did a great job with that, with the makeup effects for Grandpa, because the guy does look like he's 115 years old. Interesting of how Bill Moseley got this role. He created a short film parody entitled The Texas Chainsaw Manicure, where he played a small role as the Hitchhiker and showed it to a screenwriter who was able to show it to Toby Hooper. Hooper loved it, and he kept Moseley in mind for a part should he ever make a sequel. And when the time came to cast Chainsaw 2, he contacted him and said, "Hey, I got the role for you." He said, "You're going to play Chop Top, the Hitchhiker's twin brother." And he went for it immediately. He was like, "Oh my God, I have to be in this. I love the first film. I had created this parody, and now I get to play this character. It's amazing. I love it." Though many people were upset by this film's more humorous take, Toby Hooper has said that the original had a lot of dark humor, but it was overshadowed by the brutality and shocking situations in the film. I feel that I personally feel that the humor adds and brings some levity to the more graphic and brutal scenes of the movie. There are some graphic and brutal scenes, but the comedy this time outweighs and overshadows that, and it's a fun movie to watch. It really it doesn't disturb you as much as the first one does. There are some disturbing moments, but to see where the first film you're scared and you're terrified and you're horrified. This one you're not as horrified. You're a little horrified, but you're more like you root for some of the villains. You kind of root for Chop Top, but you want Stretch to fucking kick ass, and she does. She kicks ass in this movie, and that ending scene makes it worth it so much. She does such a phenomenal job. With the talented cast with the likes of Bill Moseley, Dennis Hopper, Caroline Williams, it's a must-see film. If you liked the first one, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you have to at least watch this one, because it's the only one that Tobe Hooper came back for. And I'm glad he got these two. And then, unfortunately, the studios went on and said, "Hey, 3 and 4, we gotta make money. Leatherface, let's do some Leatherface." And they're not good movies. I'm sorry, they're not. I don't like them. I like these two, the first two, and then all the remakes. The original remake with Jessica Biel and Arlie Ermy, it did a good job. It was creepy and terrifying. And then they all started to go again downhill after that, and I was upset. I didn't like that. But these first two original Tobe Hooper films, they're classics. He did a wonderful job. He cemented himself as a fantastic director with these films. He would go on Poltergeist, Invaders from Mars, Life Force. All movies I love. Hope Hooper, may he rest in peace. He made some films, and he had such great direction, and he really, you could tell he really put his all into these films, and I can appreciate that. I really, as a film lover, I can really appreciate that. The set and sound design, like I said, that whole underground mine, which I believe was a set, it's a lot of fun. Like I said, there's weird Christmas lights, and abandoned like junk and bodies, and it's weird, but it's lovable and fun and creepy and all of the above. Just like, and Bill Moseley again. Bill Moseley is Chop Top. He helps to make this movie, because, and that's one thing I love about this movie, is it doesn't necessarily focus on, yes, Leatherface is a big part of this movie, but the focus is more on Stretch and Chop Top, and deservedly so, because they put such a great performance in these films that I can't get enough of them. I give this 4 chainsaws out of 5. I highly, highly recommend it. Check it out. It's worth a view. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. If you think the comedy's too much or you think it's stupid, I do apologize. But I love it. If you're into fun horror movies, this is definitely one to check out. I thank you all so much for watching. I truly appreciate all the support, likes and comments, everything. It's been meaning the world to me. Everyone reaching out and saying, "Hey, good job," and all that. I truly appreciate it. We got 2 more left. 2 more days. Halloween season is almost over. But next month, I got some good stuff planned for everyone. I hope you like it. I'll see you in the next one.